many ways to hopefully put Karna on tilt.
If I can say anything about these two to make the expectation is both of these guys are very solid, right? In the idea that they are consistent. They know exactly what they're going for. They have solid game plans. And they're going to deviate, of course, to play against the player. But neither one of these guys does the wacky stuff, right? They're consistent.
Here we go, Karna versus MVD. MVD, like we said, such a seasoned player, plenty of practice, plenty of wins over top Sheik mains around the world. Karna, on the other hand, maybe not as much Diddy Kong experience. I mean, in the DFW area, we really only talk about Lightning Cam, with Dakpo, of course, being his training partner, now taking on the additional Diddy Kong. So maybe that's why we're starting to see him pull away, putting on a decent performance so far against MVD.
Now, of course, with Sheik, you are able to really oppress your opponents with your phenomenal frame data, right? But the problem ultimately lies with the fact of how do I finish this stock?
Well, that's one way, Nebs.
Absolutely.
That's one way.
Tipper up smash, taking that first stock, and especially with Lilat having those platforms there, if you can force situations where you have to guess where they're going to be teching, and you can implement that towards up strong, that up smash in that right positioning, and Lilat is kind to you, you can get some quick damage.
Karna, like you said, Karna, you know, playing Sheik, it's tough, right? Actually being able to get the KOs consistently. When you contrast that with somebody like Diddy Kong, who has a really solid neutral game, but also a really great way to close the stocks out as well. Now MVD just looking for the knockdown. There it is. Oh, I have to think that had to be some sort of executional error of some sort.
Yeah.
Because usually we would expect the up smash afterwards.
Correct. That's the consistent finisher. Okay, where is he going to go? He's going to be able to try to edge guard here. He's going to take it easy. Throws the peel upwards, put a clock on Karna, and then there's the great finish with that back air there. MVD off to the races here, but has a little bit of rage built up on him. Karna now trying to see if he can extend that and play it safely. Big punish here. Charge. Put a little bit of butter on that forward smash.
And notice the perfect shields that we're seeing from Karna, especially at the ledge here. He's so good at just trapping his opponents, not giving them any sort of breathing whenever he puts them in a disadvantageous state.
There's slight things that Karna does where he'll like short hop and bait like he's going to follow up with the up air and tries to see if MVD is going to react and double jump and then air dodge. It's all data at the end of the day, right?
Karna comfortable at the ledge, allowing him to just charge some of these needles up. And that's all he really needs to do, right? Just continue to pepper MVD with them, pester him, force him to try to make these approaches.
Oh, close calls. MVD with the grab. There's the back air, gets positioning, gets a little bit of percentage. He's trying to still build it up. He's looking for the peel to become a factor. Maybe he can get that trip and build up percentage easier. Waits. Good patience from both of these guys.
Both reluctant to swing early. MVD, though,
now equipped with that peel. Ooh, nice.
Knockdown. And MVD on the verge of actually making this comeback happen. He's been down so much for a majority of this game. Very nearly gets the F smash to close things out.
Ooh, cross up going for the F tilt. Just waits, looking for a response. The second clap then coming into play, and that is what's going to be the key factor for MVD to take that next game. So the double clap there, right? Usually what you see is you'll see clap, and as soon as that hits, they follow up, they go for up smash. Double clap that time, Karna dropped shield a bit too early, and that led to the conversion there for MVD.
Clean play. In particular, very impressed with MVD after being down by so much. But once again, it's one of the cruxes that Sheik really suffers from. You have a tool set that's aligned for you to be able to build up percentage incredibly quickly, but not so hot whenever it comes to actually being able to convert that percentage into stocks.
You're absolutely right. And, you know, going into this, Karna is going to have that mindset of, all right, that's fine. I lost the first game. It's okay. But I made my mark. I had a good tempo early on. Let's see what I can do to adjust this time around and not getting discouraged. Good job using the needles. Needles, such a strong tool in neutral. Helps really dominate. This is the character to win neutral. And definitely fitting for someone like Karna.
Yeah, it's oppressive, right? When we talk about the control element
Correct.
that Karna brings to the table, the frame data that Sheik simply possesses so quick. But now MVD with the edge traps himself, he's just trying to make it as difficult as possible for Karna to make it back onto the stage without getting hit by something.
Look at the perfect shields. Both of these guys very aware of each other's options and threat zones. Waits this time around. See, Karna had followed up previously with small little short hops before to test what MVD was doing. This time, now knowing the air dodge was coming, he then reacted, went for the up air.
No platforms on this stage. I definitely think about what's on Karna's mind. He's probably thinking about having an uninterrupted stage for the early game combos. But now what are his options whenever it comes to actually being able to close out the stocks here in the late game?
Well, the big thing is honesty, right? Because there's no platforms, he can simply try to push himself and pressure MVD to figure out what is he going to do? Air dodge, double jump, what are his options? Is he going to fall down with an aerial? And once he has that honesty, he then can figure out, okay, here's the 50-50. Is the air dodge there or not? And then gets the punish. Wow! Great job converting into that bouncing fish off of that sour spot back air.
And I was so scared because of those barrels, right? Still active. I think we could have seen some cheeky barrel shenanigans. MVD, of course, known as the barrel technician, gets the back throw, and actually closes things out, makes it a dead even game. And as you said, Nebs, very important on whoever's able to set tempo. And look at that tempo break.
Wow,
the
MVD.
quick up air. That was so surprising. Usually, especially on a stage like this, Sheiks get those forward air chains pretty much uncontested.
Karna there getting punished because he tried to grab out of shield. Great spacing on the clap. Again, there's multiple times that we're seeing the clap comes out and then instantly Karna wants to act out of it. Jumps out of shield, moves, rolls, something. And MVD is trying to figure out where he's going to go next and try to punish accordingly. This time, there was a missed opportunity for a punish here. Granted, a little bit tough because of the spacing, but Karna wanted the up tilt there to see if he could pop up MVD and get a little bit more off of it.
Oh,
and
just
again,
barely.
You're seeing situations where Karna's guessing where MVD is going to be falling down after hitting something like those fairs or those back airs, things like that. And then not being able to have the follow-up just because of a slight miscalculation.
It's a big bouncing fish. MVD, ooh, an unorthodox recovery, but really smart. Not really an option that Karna was quite thinking of covering, it seems. And now MVD with center stage control. Knockdown would be big, maybe not enough to take the stock out quite yet.
MVD popping the guns and the needles coming through and contesting because there's many. The needles came through with extra durability.
The quick forward tilt. I kind of like that because he knows that the F smash there wouldn't have connected, or sorry, wouldn't have KO'd it even if it had connected. Just going to go for the quick F tilt just in case there's some sort of error. And interesting, I guess that he's going for that down tilt into the up air. It's twice that we've seen it now.
Right, but now we're seeing also the like there's moments of misplacement from MVD. When you're misspacing that down tilt and you're a bit too close, when you get into the heels of the hands and closer into the arms, that's when you've overextended, and then that opens you up for counterplay. When you've spaced it correctly and you're using just the fingertips, just the hand, then you can implement your will a bit more, right? Sheik is constantly oppressive with the frame data, but ultimately, at the end of the day, both of these guys need to be cognitive of the spacing of their areas, of their tilts, of their normals in general.
Here's something that we need to be cognitive of. This is a best-of-3 set. Tied up at 1-1. Next player to take this game will be advancing on to winners finals, where they're going to be squaring off against ESAM. We're definitely projecting a Panda Global winners finals, but let's see if Karna can maybe turn the tides. He's got the last game, but MVD does have the counter pick. Going over now to Battlefield for game number 3.
This is a fun stage. You get the platforms, of course, and you still get a little bit of the pressure, right? She can still up smash through these platforms as well. So there are situations where maybe you get stuck in a tech on platform, she can then capitalize. We have the heels here. This is interesting because neither one of these guys really wants to play that neutral around the projectiles. They want to go in. They want those grabs.
Yeah, Nebs, I want to talk really quickly about the concept of cutting off options, because that's exactly what Karna does at the ledge, and that's what MVD is trying to do with the peel on those platforms. Just prevent those areas and avenues of retreat so they can continue to put on that extra uncontested damage.
Absolutely. It's saying, hey, you need to come through me. Pass, go. If you're not going to be able to do that, we're going to make sure at the very least you pay the toll.
Except instead of collecting $200, it's more like collecting $2,000 plus. A $5,000 prize pool on the line, a trip to winners finals, making you so much closer to actually being so strongly in the money. MVD, oh, cheeky there. Actually uses the space instead of going for the up air. Tries to go for the peel, but ends up getting knocked up. And up air actually closing out the stock, and now Karna one stock away from advancing to winners finals.
The reason why that even worked was because that up air connected from the top flat. If this was anywhere else in the stage, this wouldn't have mattered, but that extra height really does mean the world. Good job of using that nair and then immediately fast falling down. MVD is going to try to see if he can roll his way back on here. The punishment, though, from Karna, using those long legs that comes with Sheik and those 5-frame tilts. Super, super important.
Got to see that comeback, MVD, right? We saw the comeback in game number 1. We need to see it here as well. But of course, those platforms, as we mentioned, they can be beneficial for MVD to put the banana peel on. But Karna also has access to KO options via the up smash.
MVD here trying to figure it out. Oh my goodness, oh no! He just SDI'd out of it. That was crazy. A little bit of shenanigans.
Guess that practice with Deckmo may have been paying off. MVD slipping there, but Karna also missing. Nice air dodge.
Wow,
Bait.
fantastic. Second time now that up air from the top plat manages to take that stock. There was a moment where I thought MVD could have had it. I mean, it felt like this set he was fighting from behind. And granted, the first time around, the first game, he did a great job of coming back from behind. But it looks like towards these last two games, it didn't go in his favor, unfortunately.